Most of South Africa's power is produced from coal. Cape Town is going the greener route by buying clean energy and building its own renewable energy plants.
We're looking at projects of the size between 5 and 20 megawatts in terms of that power range. And we'll be looking at those projects to be embedded directly on our network. And then in the course of the next 6 months, we'll be looking at initiatives to actually procure power from the open market, and that could be anywhere in the country.
Cape Town is one of 3 of the biggest municipalities trying to reduce dependence on the national power grid. The country has long depended on state-run Eskom, which has failed to provide a stable supply.
Eskom currently does not have sufficient capacity to meet not only the existing demand, but also the projected growth in demand, which is important for economic growth. So we think that it's time that municipalities also make a contribution in that space. It also means that local economic opportunities are created, which I think is critical towards the sustainability of cities and towns in this country.
This is a floating solar plant. It is very popular back in Europe. It's being piloted in South Africa and could prove to be a very useful tool for local farmers.
The plant generates electricity to run the farm and saves water.
There's obviously very high demand for electricity in your pack houses and that sort of thing, where the arable land surrounds those areas. So we don't have space for ground mount solar. So everyone has an irrigation reservoir where you've got plenty of space to be able to use for floating solar.
The city, which is also a favorite among tourists, is working hard to cut carbon emissions.
We are moving towards net zero carbon status, and we see ourselves as a responsible corporate citizen. And I think to further that, we're looking at options such as renewable energy, along with other initiatives such as maximizing energy efficiency, particularly within the public space.
Meanwhile, to strengthen the power grid, South Africa is planning a new 2,500 megawatt nuclear plant. Cape Town has the continent's only nuclear site, which was built during the apartheid era and has served most of the city's needs for close to 30 years. Julie Shara, CGTN, Cape Town, South Africa.